Jordan 1s in all shapes and sizes are sitting. Jordan collabs are failing to sell out. New releases are getting canceled left and right, and no one is excited about anything coming out. Resale prices are down, and resale shops are going out of business left and right. Sneakers are dead. Is what I would say if I was a hype beast who actually didn't care about sneakers or sneaker culture, rather than someone who actually does. Right now is probably the best time to be a sneakerhead or a fan of sneakers in years. Things have not been this good for the average fan probably in about 10 years, if not more. Beyond all that doom and gloom talk that I just laid out, what makes it so good for the average customer and consumer is you have choice. A lot of the FOMO that we've been dealing with since the pandemic has gone away. So now people are buying things again because they actually want it or they're actually interested in it, and not because they think it's going to appreciate in value falsely or they're going to be able to make a quick buck. So shoes that would have sat in the past but have been selling out recently are back to sitting again. And it's a great thing. I talk about this all the time. The majority of my collection that I have currently, which is my second sneaker collection, was built off of the experience of buying things a lot of times on clearance or from outlets. Of course, there were new pairs that would get my attention and have me in line waiting for them or on the apps trying to get them. But in general, a lot of my shoe pickups were just picking up things randomly, and it was picking up things from the outlets on discounts. I've talked about this recently that all the Kobe's that I have in my collection were purchased at a discounted price because before his tragic death, Kobe's were sitting. They were extremely easy to get. Everything, just like the LeBrons are pretty easy to get outside of the initial colorways of new shoes, the Kobe's were the same way. And that pretty much applied to everything that wasn't a major OG Jordan. But even now, a lot of the OG Jordans are easier to get. I got my high 85s in the metallic burgundy, a shoe that I've been wanting for a long time, especially when it was first announced and showed off. I was able to get that at a discounted price, and it's fantastic. So again, things are really good for people who like sneakers. You don't have to rush out and get something and then be upset that the quality is not good. You actually get to look at things a lot of times, even in the stores. You get to go look at them, and then you can make an informed decision. And of course, we have a lot of the other brands that are starting to step up their game and become more popular. So you have more people wearing a larger variety of shoes now than ever before. So we have this situation where more people are finding their own style. And a lot of the ideas of if you're not wearing such and such shoe, you're not cool, that a lot of the kids always struggled with or had to deal with, that's starting to fade away in some regards because there are so many different brands, because there are so many different styles, and because there is so much stuff that's available. The only thing that we're missing right now is better prices on some of the new releases, and that will come. There will be a market correction, and some of the newer release prices that have gone up recently will come down in price. There's no way they're going to continue to price things higher and higher for no real reason. They aren't increasing the tech. And specifically when I say this, I'm mostly talking about Nike. So they're not increasing the quality. They're not increasing the tech. So there's no real reason to have the prices go higher on a lot of these models, especially if you're ending up having to discount the shoe anyway. So they're going to have to do a price adjustment and price correction because, again, this is all good for us as sneaker buyers in this sneaker economy. But for a business, they have to, manage their expectations. And one of the things that comes from constantly having to reduce the price of your product, it does reduce the value proposition. So Nike and Jordan Brand are going to really need to evaluate these prices that they have and put them at a level where these shoes that should be selling out or, close to selling out sooner will do that once again, rather than sitting on shelves everywhere. It's still crazy to me that the Amon Meniere Jordan 4, the new one that just came out, even though I don't like the color, the fact that shoe was sitting. You never see that from a collab in the past, especially a Jordan collab. And personally, again, as a sneaker purchaser, as a consumer, as someone who is actually a fan of sneakers, I'm glad resellers are dying. Sneakers should not be a business for a regular person, period. I'm sorry. That's the case. It should not be. Hopefully these people will move on to some other hobby or thing that they want to destroy and just leave sneakers alone. And hopefully more consumers will realize that they have options and they don't have to pay a ridiculous price for a shoe that they don't plan on wearing and will probably end up crumbling because they're not storing it properly and the materials aren't as good as they once were. Wear your sneakers and enjoy this time as a sneakerhead. Build your collections up. And also, if you're into actual investing, i.e. with stocks, this is a good time to pick up some of these sneaker brands because they are on the low end of where their stock prices has been recently. With that said, tell me what shoes that you've picked up recently at a discounted price. Tell me what shoes that you're waiting to pick up at a discounted price. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And with that said, stay copping kicks.
Sneaker boy, all about them sneakers, boy. Got all types you like from Nike to Adidas.